motivation about is defined by different people differently, but what I normally consider is a direction of effort towards something. So हाम्रो कुरामा चाहिँ it becomes like direction of effort to changing your lifestyle भनौँ न.
So एउटा directionमा effort लाउनु पर्यो, continuous
so
effort.
that's basically motivation भनौँ न. So you wanted to start this podcast, so you put all your effort into this, so you started. So you have motivation. So त्यो भयो. अनि motivation चाहिँ is normally intrinsic र extrinsic भन्छ क्या हामीले. So intrinsic भनेको चाहिँ आफ्नो भित्र मन बढाउने, अनि extrinsic भनेको चाहिँ बाहिरको कुरा. Like we said, maybe you have a wedding coming soon, so you want to make a body, or your parents force you to study, so you study. Or like यस्तो भन्ने चाहिँ सबै external sources बाट you might win a competition, you might receive a prize, यस्तो भन्ने कुराहरू चाहिँ is all external motivation. So what we want to look at is intrinsic motivation. अनि यसमा चाहिँ obviously there are some drawbacks, but तीनटा कुरा भयो भने चाहिँ people are intrinsically motivated, and that's what we need to chase भनौँ न एक हिसाबले. So competence भन्छ, relatedness, autonomy भन्छ. So autonomy भनेको चाहिँ something that you actually want to do yourself. So I want to be a powerlifter, so I became a powerlifter. You know, I'm motivated because I wanted to do it. Competence भनेको चाहिँ that I feel like I can be a world champion someday. So just an example. So I work towards my motivation. Competence भनेको त्यो. Relatedness भनेको चाहिँ maybe I can earn some money out of this, or like earning money might not be the right way to be motivated, but I might be successful, I might have more friends. If you can relate to the topic, then you are intrinsically motivated. So यो तीनटा कुरा भएपछि चाहिँ then we are intrinsically motivated भनेर हामीले बुझ्न सक्छौँ. अनि what we need to chase is intrinsic motivation when we're starting to work out.
Not for others, but for yourself.
So first thing when we're getting into the gym, we need to look at is working out the right, does working out have the right autonomy? Do you actually want to work out at the gym, or do you want to do salsa, or do you want to do Zumba, or do you want to play some sports? So fitness doesn't have to be working out at the gym. So something autonomy, so something that comes from within. So if you like playing a sport, you might be able to do it more regularly than you would be able to do a workout. You know? So first thing you have to establish is what genre you want to select in terms of pursuing a healthier lifestyle भनौँ न एक हिसाबले. And then we can, since this podcast we're talking about bodybuilding, so gym मा आएपछि चाहिँ let's say in a hypothetical world the person chooses to come to the gym. So gym मा आएपछि चाहिँ what we want to do is finding the most sustainable way to be able to get to the gym every single day, because sustainability भनेको अब गरिराख्नु सक्नु पर्यो नि त. एक दिन एक हप्तामा जोसले गरेर अनि next week many people disappear. And that's very very common. So सबभन्दा धेरै तपाईले कसरी गर्नु सक्नुहुन्छ with the given constraints your life has. So you don't want to be skipping work to go to the gym, just to भएन. So let's say in like beginners, I would say like start by training at least 4 times a week, few hours, 4 hours a week भनौँ न. So that's a very sustainable approach. अनि त्यहाँबाट चाहिँ बिस्तारै गर्दै गएपछि then you find relatedness, then you find competence भनौँ न. You find friends. Like म पहिला one of the bigger reasons I went to the gym was because I had friends. Like मलाई जिम गर्नु त मन थियो सुरुमा, but when I went to the gym I found relatedness. I could find people who were similar to me, very light-minded.
Plus points जस्तै.
Plus points जस्तो. So I could relate to them really. So I had goals with them. Like मेरो अहिले long time, I think one of my best friends, Parnish, even he knows Parnish. So we met through the gym and we had like a similar vision for the foreseeable future भनौँ न. So we turned out to be very good friends. So त्यसले गर्दा पनि motivation was intrinsically higher. So sometimes when he wouldn't be able to come, like मेरो motivation would be lower भनौँ न, because I didn't have the competence that I would normally have. Relatedness अलिकति घट्थ्यो. But त्यस्तै हिसाबले हुँदै हुँदै गएपछि चाहिँ then we can develop better motivation. So that's the basic starting point भनौँ न.
I think people want to get fit for the wrong reason खाले पनि हो. Like अघि कुरा गरे जस्तै like Instagram हेर्यो अनि like हुन्छ नि, we compare ourselves with others. So त्यो कुराले गर्दा पनि हो. So I think I really like that point about how we should internalize and then move forward. हुन्छ नि.
That's the very first step. Like हामीले सबै कुरा अहिले न्युट्रिसनमा कुरा गर्दा people jump to the last part first without looking at the bottom of the hierarchy. What's the most important thing, which is the adherence basics. And sustainability, and followed by all the intrinsic and external factors भनौँ न.
Yeah, so finding your motivation is the first part.
Finding your motivation, what's your purpose, किन चाहिँ गर्नु चाहन्छु. अब साथी बनाउँछु, केटी पटाउँछु भने जिम जान्छ, but that's like the later part भनौँ न, which could obviously be a good thing. Gymमा, like I've met so many people through gym, all my good friends, so much of my work is because of that, but I didn't go into working out because I wanted,
because of that reason.
Because I wanted a social circle through the gym. त्यसरी गएन, but it just happens in that way. But सुरुको motivation shouldn't be other external factors like that. अब सुरुमा हेऱ्यो भने चाहिँ all those things could be external factors. अहिले if you've never been to the gym, म जिम गएपछि म जिउ बनाउँछु, म साथीहरू खतरा बनाउँछु, केटी पनि खतरा पटाउँछु, यस्तो खालको कुरा हुँदै, like that would be an external factor. But if you start from the bottom up, then you would find yourself more motivated to work out.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Motivation also changes over time. जस्तै like तिमीले भन्यो नि सुरुमा
direction of effort would change.
Yeah. So सुरुमा अब start गर्दाखेरि it can be because of like something happened or like a heartbreak is a very के भन्ने common example of people going to the gym. अनि त्यो भएपछि they meet friends and त्यो relativeness बढ्दै जान्छ. त्यसपछि then they start getting better at what they do. हुन्छ नि उनीहरूले आफ्नै चेन्जेसहरू देख्न थाल्छ. So that becomes a motivation. After that
becomes competence भनौँ न.
Yeah, competence. So तिमीले भनेकै कुराहरू it changes अनि like grows भनौँ न the motivation.
Yeah, so like motivation, external factor, अब breakup is an external factor भनौँ न.
Yeah.
So त्यसले गर्दा you're motivated, which is all good. That's fine, completely fine. But once you go inside the gym, then you find other aspects of motivation, intrinsic motivation. साथीहरू compete गर्ने साथीहरू भेट्यो भने अथवा केही गर्ने साथीहरू भेट्यो भने then त्यो motivation different हुँदै जान्छ. And it's also how like the different types of people we're surrounded by which would change motivation. And yeah, like Ritisha said, comparison is a thief of progress bhancha. So we don't want to be comparing ourselves to anybody, trying to be better यताउति त भइहाल्यो.
Yeah.
अनि अर्को कुरा चाहिँ do you think अहिले because of all the competitions coming up and people getting more exposed to powerlifting and CrossFit and like other sports नेपालमा, not just that, cricket, whatever sportsहरू अहिले बल्ल boom भइरहेछ नि त नेपालमा, do you think that is motivation for people to actually get into gym oily? Because now we see a lot of powerlifters coming into the scene. We see a lot of CrossFits like games who are coming into the scene. So what do you think that is?
हुनु त यो सबै external sources यो competition यताउति भन्नेहरू.
Yeah.
What I like to look at it for myself, I don't want to speak for anybody else. Like I said अघि पनि, like would you do the same thing that you are doing now if everything else was taken away from you भन्छु के म. So would I be powerlifting if there was no competition in the future? Suddenly powerlifting nahi gayo and then you're the only one who remembers it. Would you still be able to do powerlifting? And if your answer is no, then maybe you're looking at the wrong place. So competition is obviously something we want to do. We want to socialize. We want to be the best person on the day. But and it's very important for motivation to get started. But if you really want to be like a true athlete, or if you really want to be the best at what you do, so you shouldn't be really motivated to go after money and all those things. And if you're obviously good at it, everything just happens. Like
it aligns.
You find yourself to survive and become better. That a competition shouldn't be a motivation. It's definitely good for somebody who's starting out, and it's a very good thing that we're getting exposure, we're getting to meet people, we're getting to expand our everything that we have, but it shouldn't be the determining factor. त मलाई पनि अब competition छैन भन्दा चाहिँ अलिकति लाइक त्यो हुन्छ, but I wouldn't stop pursuing मेरो end goal भनौँ न, just be better every single day.
But मैले चाहिँ के भन्नु does that त्यो competitionsहरू भएर त्यो exposure भएर it's bringing more people into the lifestyle भनौँ न, the fitness lifestyle.
Definitely. Like, exposure त हुन्छ नि त त्यसमा.
Yeah. So त्यसले चाहिँ like बढेर छ, not just like going into the gym to look good or something, but then like actually athlete नै हुन्छु म, compete गर्छु म, त्यो गरेर भनेर पनि I think यसले गर्दा नि slowly bringing in more people into the.
Definitely, like we need somebody to pave the road, and that's helping us do it. And if more people are getting successful doing a very niche sport भनौँ न, then I think it's a very good thing, man. Garनुपर्छ competition धेरै भने we get more exposure, then more people would find their true passion rather than doing other stuffs. So it's a good thing. धेरै exposure भएको is always a good thing.